Welcome back, guys. Today we are stepping into a high-stakes courtroom in Harris County, Texas, where a standard burglary charge turns into a masterclass in tough love judicial style. We've got a young defendant, Mr. Patrick, standing, accused of burglary of a motor vehicle, but this isn't just about a stolen car radio. This case has all the hallmarks of the viral key or challenge car theft trend that's been sweeping the nation, involving broken steering columns and USB cables. But the real star here is this judge. She is absolutely not having it. You are about to see her switch from a standard legal procedural to a terrifyingly real-life lesson about the dangers of messing with people's property in the state of Texas. She drops a line about gun ownership and the consequences of theft. That is so blunt, it would get you fired from most jobs, but here, she's framing it as life-saving advice. We're going to break down the probable cause hearing, analyze the defense attorney's attempt to poke holes in the police report, and look at the incredibly strict conditions this judge sets to keep this kid off the streets. Is she going too far, or is this exactly what the justice system should look like? Let's dive in.
Are you here with someone today? Are you mom? Come on up. You are mom.
I know.
Okay, thank you so much for coming.
Absolutely.
Mr. Patrick, you're charged with burglary of a motor vehicle. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Judge, on April 7, 2025 in Harris County, Texas, officers were dispatched to a burglary of a motor vehicle call. The defendants were located and matched the description the complaining witness gave to the officers. The complaining witness stated defendants entered the vehicle and tried to steal it by breaking the ignition cover. The complaining witness stated her neighbor was leaving for work and it scared the defendants off. The defendants left a screwdriver in the motor vehicle. The complaining witness stated the ring camera caught the incident. The co-defendant was found to have 2 key fobs on his person, and both key fobs belonged to other individuals. The screwdriver and gloves were found in the defendant's backpack, and a ski mask was found on the co-defendant's person. The defendant provided false information, and the defendant was eventually identified by mobile AFIS.
Okay, pause right here. This is classic defense strategy during a probable cause PC hearing. The defense attorney is trying to attack the identification of his client immediately. He's arguing that just because the police found Mr. Patrick nearby, it doesn't mean he was in the car. It's a valid legal argument called spatial proximity. Just being near a crime scene isn't a crime. However, the bar for probable cause is much lower than beyond a reasonable doubt. The prosecutor doesn't need to prove he did it 100% right. Now, they just need to prove it's reasonable to believe he did. The attorney is calling the report disjointed to cast doubt on the officer's competency. It's a bold move to interrupt the flow this early, but he's trying to see if he can get the case tossed before it even really starts. Let's see if the prosecutor has the evidence to link him directly to the vehicle. Or if the defense is right, and this is just a case of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. What do you think? Does finding someone nearby match the description enough for an arrest? Let me know in the comments.
There's so many holes in this thing. I mean, how do we know it was him? Was he in the car? Where did they catch him? Did they go running after him? I mean,
Judge, if I can just...
it's a complete disjointed. So now.
Judge, the law enforcement officers were dispatched and were given a description of 2 individuals by the complaining witness who had it on a ring camera of the individuals breaking into a vehicle. And
Do they see him? Does the report say that they saw Mr. Patrick?
just a description given, Judge. And then the law enforcement officers on dispatch located the 2 defendants nearby.
Does it say that there, or are you assuming?
Sue Burley, they advised the last direction of travel being east of the residence and northbound intersection of Maryland. After a brief search, both defendants were obtained on foot, matching the description provided by one complaining witness. The complainant advised that they made entry into a vehicle and advised they attempted to steal the vehicle by breaking the ignition cover. Due to a manufacturing flaw, upon exposing the ignition, the vehicle can be started without the ignition key. The complainant advised her neighbor directly across was leaving for work, and both defendants began to leave on foot when they heard noise. And then they found a screwdriver was found on the vehicle floorboard.
And there it is, the smoking gun, or in this case, the smoking screwdriver. The prosecutor just mentioned a manufacturing flaw that allows the car to be started without a key. This is a direct reference to the massive security vulnerability in certain Kia and Hyundai models that went viral on TikTok. By mentioning the broken ignition cover and the screwdriver found on the floorboard, the state is establishing intent. This is crucial because burglary of a motor vehicle requires intent to commit a felony or theft inside. The defense was hoping for a lack of physical evidence, but the tools of the trade, the gloves, the ski mask, and the screwdriver paint a picture of a planned operation, not just a random act. Also, notice the ring camera mention. Digital surveillance is the #1 enemy of modern criminals. Even if the cops didn't see it happen, the digital footprint is there. This evidence makes the defense attorney's earlier argument about holes in the case much harder to maintain.
The complainant advised that her doorbell camera captured the incident and provided a positive description of both suspects, both being males wearing dark hoodie sweaters, black pants, both slender in build and being tall, and one being tall and one being short. After a pat-down search of the defendant, defendant 2 was found to have 2 key fobs stuck into his pants, and one fob belonged to a Dodge that was connected from another burglary of a motor vehicle. That was not the charge you'd be here, Judge.
Is Mr. Patrick defendant 1 or defendant 2?
He's defendant 1, Judge.
So he doesn't have the key fob. It's the other gentleman.
That's correct, Judge.
He's the one that has the stuff in the backpack.
Just want to verify that, Judge. That's correct.
Mr. Patrick, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case.
The judge has made her ruling. Probable cause is found. This means the case proceeds. But notice the shift in her demeanor immediately after the legal ruling. She pivots from judge to reality checker. She just reminded Mr. Patrick that he lives in Houston, Texas, not a state with restrictive gun laws. This is a setup for what is about to be a legendary lecture. In many jurisdictions, judges stay purely procedural. But in Texas, especially in these types of courts, judges often take it upon themselves to warn young defendants about the street consequences of their actions, which are often far worse than the legal consequences. She's about to drop a harsh truth bomb about the Castle Doctrine and the right to use deadly force to protect property in Texas. Brace yourselves, because she doesn't sugarcoat the risk of getting shot over a joyride. It's brutal, but is it necessary for him to? Here.
You live in Houston, dude. You don't live in another state. People like their guns and they like their cars. And when you mess with the wrong person, they're going to shoot your ass dead in a heartbeat to keep what's theirs. How many countless stories do you hear of someone running away from one of these types of situations? They get shot in the back. It's only a matter of time.
Wow, they're going to shoot your ass dead in a heartbeat. You will rarely hear a public official speak that plainly on record. She is invoking the reality of Texas Penal Code regarding defense of property. Legally, she's referring to the fact that in Texas, citizens have broad rights to use force to stop a burglary, especially at night. By saying this, she is trying to scare him straight. She's framing the jail sentence as the safe option compared to the alternative death by a homeowner. It's a controversial style. Some argue judges shouldn't speak like this, while others say this is the wake-up call these kids need. She's stripping away the glamour of the thug life and telling him he's just a target. Now, watch how she pivots from this threat of death to strictly controlling his life. She's about to put him on a leash so tight he won't be able to breathe, without her knowing.
Was this in the middle of the night?
It was early in the morning, Judge, around 6 a.m.
Mr. Patrick, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I am now going to put a whole host of conditions to make sure that you do not fall through the system or the cracks, because we don't need another statistic or we don't need another person dead. Do you understand me? The first is that you are not to hang around with the co-defendant in this case. You are not to use alcohol, illegal drugs, and I'm going to send you for a test right now because I want to know what, if anything, is in your system, and you're to come right back. Do you understand? If you fail the test, if you fail to come back, it's not going to go well for you. I'm now also going to put a monitor on your ankle so I know where you are at all times. One false move, you will stay with me.
This is a fascinating dynamic shift. The judge is now enlisting the mother as a deputy of the court. This is what we call holistic justice. She realizes that an ankle monitor is just a piece of plastic. The real enforcement happens at home by asking Mom, I need your help. I can't do this alone. She is empowering the parent but also putting a heavy burden on her dot. Notice the bond conditions she's setting up. Drug testing right now. Ankle monitor. Strict curfew. She is essentially grounding him, but with the threat of jail time if he disobeys. It's interesting that she emphasizes he must stay in school. She's trying to replace his criminal activities with structure. For everyone watching, do you think this approach works? Does involving the parent this heavily help, or does it just create conflict at home? It's a desperate attempt to save this kid from the future she just predicted.
I need your help, Mom. I can't do this alone. You and me together, we can make this thing work. Tell me about him. What does he do? Is he in school now?
Well, yes, I'm in school, so he do go to school, but
Okay.
I see high school.
Wonderful.
He did have sign up for a job, so he was looking for a job, so he do have a job.
Well, what I was going to do is I was going to order him and only give him time so that he can go to school, and then he goes back home. And then he stays at home, doesn't go anywhere else. I don't want him out in the middle of the night. You're not to be in possession of any weapons as well. If I find that you have any weapons, if I find that you pick up a new case, it's not going to go well for you. I will protect my city at all costs. I don't care what you are, how old you are, anything. Do you understand? We will work with you to make sure that everything works together. I'm going to pay for everything so you won't have to pay for anything. I'm going to give you a lawyer today. So we just need to know what schedule. Do you work?
I work Wednesday through Saturday.
And then you're out.
Then I'm off.
I mean, you're out like out working. My only fear is that when the cat's away, the mice will play. So that's why while you're at work, he stays at home.
Did you catch that? I'm going to pay for everything? This is extremely rare. Usually, the cost of GPS monitoring, drug testing, and even the court-appointed lawyer falls on the defendant or their family. These costs can run into the thousands, often bankrupting families or keeping poor defendants in jail just because they can't afford the fees by waiving the fees. This judge is removing the financial excuse. She's saying, I am giving you every single tool to succeed for free. So you have zero excuse to fail. It's a put up or shut up moment. She is investing state funds into this kid's rehabilitation. It proves her earlier harsh words weren't out of malice, they were out of a desire to stop the cycle. She's tough, but she's putting her money where her mouth is. She's literally protecting her city by trying to reform him rather than just locking him up and forgetting about him.
I'm going to test you like crazy to make sure that you're not using anything. Do you understand? You must stay in school full time. The GPS monitor will tell me where you are at all times. And if you leave school, try to skip class, I'm going to skip your bond. Do you understand? Okay. Shoot.
So, just a couple of years on, so him that, don't have a curfew right now, because we're not going to work for him. So, yeah, I wish to,
Okay, so let me get your lawyer. We got to figure out a schedule because I don't want him out just hanging around and doing whatever. If he gets a job, then we can work with a schedule. But other than that, I probably just got to stay at home. You know, I don't want him out just screwing around because, you know, okay, we'll work together. You must listen to Mom. If Mom tells me that you start acting like a knucklehead, you will stay with me and you will earn your degree with me behind bars. Do you understand? If she tells you to jump, you ask how high. Do you understand, Mr. Patrick? Okay. All right, Mom. Please, and just hang tight and then we'll hook you up.
So, there you have it. A probable cause hearing that turned into a life or death intervention. To recap, the court found sufficient evidence that Mr. Patrick was involved in this burglary, likely part of the ongoing car theft trends involving manufacturing flaws. But instead of just setting bail and moving on, this judge dropped the hammer. She laid out the deadly reality of committing property crimes in Texas, enlisted the mother as a customized probation officer, and ordered strict GPS monitoring and drug testing all on the taxpayer's dime to ensure he has no excuse to fail. It's a unique blend of compassion and aggression. She's terrifying him to save him. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button. Share your thoughts in the comments, especially about that shoot you dead comment. Don't forget to subscribe for more geo-dropping courtroom breakdowns. We'll see you in the next trial.